like this country was like built for men, and these like laws and rules, like it's all to like for men, you know, like it was built for men.
Okay, so women were oppressed in history, but so were men. It's
How?
not
Not as much as women
now
were.
this is interesting, because if I say how were women were oppressed, you're like, well, it's self-evident, Brian. I shouldn't have to educate you. Yet you've just asked me the same question. You've just asked, how were men oppressed? Shouldn't you know?
No, because that wasn't taught in school.
So isn't that interesting? Male oppression was never taught in school, but females' oppression was. Isn't that interesting? So who's really oppressed then?
Oh my God, Brian.
If men's grievances throughout history are overlooked, who's the real one that's oppressed? Perhaps you don't even believe men are oppressed.
Don't, to be honest.
You don't?
Yeah. There's men.
Can you think of one? Give me one.
So many men literally kill all the time over domestic violence and domestic abuse, to the point where...
That's irrelevant, but okay.
Okay.
That happens. There's certainly violence, sure.
Yeah, there is a lot of violence against
But
women.
when you think of oppression, what is your definition of oppression?
I don't know really how to explain it, to be honest. But I'm just
I mean, you use the word, you ought to know how to define it if you just use the word.
Yeah, I just don't know exactly how to, like, why do you want me to explain that? That's what I'm getting.
Well, I
like,
mean, you've used a word, you ought to be able to...
Yeah, you're just putting me on the spot. You just want to embarrass me. And I'm to
not...
tell you this now, it's not going to happen, Brian. Because guess what? I'll dip right now. If
because
you're gonna
because we're having a polite conversation?
No, because I already know what this is about. We talked about this last podcast, so why do you want to bring it up again?
Well, we didn't really talk about it.
Okay, well, I'm not going to say anything else because it's not my job to school you and educate you, Brian.
Well, I mean, that's a very
And I'm not going to say
convenient-
anything else, and I'm going to stay quiet now.